Welcome to Everyday Yoga. Thank you so much for joining me and Princess today. I twisted my ankle earlier, and so today we're just going to do a laying on our back kind of strength building stretching class so I can stay off my ankle. I thought about not recording a video today, but I do want to show that even when you do have an injury, with yoga you can work around it and still maintain some balance and get some stretching in and feel better, generally speaking, before you go lay back on the couch with an ice pack on your ankle. So let's go ahead and come on down to the mat. Get down nice and safely for yourself as well. You can have the aid of a friend or a family member, or you can use a chair and your hands to kind of walk yourself down to the mat. I just sort of plopped down here today. So let's just go ahead and kind of lay in Shavasana to start with. And just connect with the breath. Be present, be mindful. That's how I twisted my ankle, as I was not being mindful. I was looking one way and walking the other way, which happens when you're not in a mindful practice where you're really paying attention. You're just trying to get stuff done. So that's one of the great things about yoga, is it teaches you how to be mindful, and hopefully that spills over into the rest of your life. And they call it a yoga practice because it is all practice. And so I'm still working on that myself. So let's go ahead and bring one hand to the upper belly and one hand to the lower belly. And just get in touch with the breath here. Take a nice big inhale, filling up the belly. Noticing how the hands rise as the belly fills up. And then just exhale to let it go, maybe out the mouth. Inhale, filling up the belly. And exhale to let it go. One more time, inhale, filling up the belly. And exhale out the mouth with a sigh to let it go. The more you follow the breath with your attention, the more you notice how it goes in and out of the body, the more you can invite yourself into the present moment. I'm an avid multitasker, and I have learned over time that paying attention to just one thing at a time, even though I can accomplish more, means that I accomplish with better quality and better attention and safely also. So let's go ahead and inhale, and as we exhale, let's draw one knee and then the other in towards the chest. And I twisted my left ankle, so I'm just going to kind of gently rotate both ankles and kind of point and flex just within the range of movement so that I am not causing pain, but not having total immobility either. Just gentle movement to keep the joint lubricated. Giving a hug here. I can still take a nice twist. Spreading my arms wide, lifting the palms up to the sky. Take an inhale with me here, and as you exhale, really draw that belly button in towards the spine to help stabilize the back. And then on your next inhale, go ahead and send the knees over to the left, using the power of that core, keeping the right shoulder ankle down to the mat. And if that's difficult in this position, you could always put a pillow or a block underneath the left knee here to give yourself a little bit of support. We're just going to breathe here, maybe taking the left hand to the outside of the right thigh and giving that thigh and that hip a little bit of a massage, maybe up into the side body and the ribs. Just bringing a little gentle movement, bringing your own healing touch here. And then when you're ready to come out, go ahead and send both arms out long. Inhale here, and again, as you exhale, draw that belly button in towards the spine to help strengthen the back. And then inhale back up to center. Reaching around to hug those knees and maybe bringing the nose in to realign the spine and the hips and the neck. And then gently lay the shoulders and the head back down on the mat. Spread the arms out wide. On your next exhale, draw that belly button in to really stabilize the spine. And as you inhale, send those knees over to the right side. Nice and slow. Maybe you can bring this right hand to the outside of the left hip and rub the thigh and the hip, the ribs. Anywhere you feel a little tight or tense, just bring your gentle, tender touch to that area. Inhale into any areas of tenseness or gripping. Maybe bring the right hand to the outside of the left thigh and gently do some self-massage here, maybe in the hip, maybe in the side body and the ribs. Just bringing a little bit of gentle touch and a little bit of awareness to any areas that might be tight or tense. Maybe lay your hand there, and as you inhale, take your awareness to that area. And as you exhale, just give it a gentle massage and let the area soften. When you're ready to come out, send the arms out wide. On an exhale, draw that belly button in towards the spine, and on an inhale, lift the knees up towards the sky. Again, reaching around to hug the shins. Bring the knees to the nose and the nose to the knees, and maybe rock a little bit from side to side. And then go ahead and stretch everything out long, getting a nice, big, good morning type stretch. Stretch long through the right side body, and then stretch long through the left side body. And then you can go ahead and bring one knee in towards the chest and send the other leg out long. And you can just go ahead and do a little hip flexor massage here, rotating that leg bone in the hip socket here. It doesn't matter where you start because we're going to do the other side. And then go ahead and reverse those circles. And then we'll go ahead and switch legs. Send that leg out long, draw the other leg in towards the chest, and make some little individual circles here in that hip socket in one way. And then around in the opposite direction. And then bring both knees into the chest, and let's circle the knees together. So on an inhale, send the legs out to one side, straighten the arms, let the knees come away from the chest, and as you exhale, bring the knees up through the opposite side and up towards the collarbones. Inhale around and away, exhale up and in. And these circles don't have to be really huge. They can be very subtle. Just whatever feels good in your body, but notice how the small of the back feels. Notice how the hips feel as the knees rotate. And the next time you bring the knees in towards center, go ahead and start rotating them in the opposite direction. Inhaling to send the knees out away from the body and exhaling to draw them in. Around and around. Nice and slow. Noticing what you feel here as each little section of the body gets its own little touch of the mat. And then let's bring the knees back in towards center and send the legs out long. And at this point, we can go ahead and make any kind of adjustments you need to here to be able to flip over to the belly. So roll to whatever side suits you best and flip over coming into Sphinx Pose. So Sphinx Pose, the elbows are right underneath the shoulders here. The shoulder blades are drawing down the back towards the back pockets. The tops of the feet are pressing into the mat here, and they can be narrow for a more strengthening position, or they can be wide if it's a little pinchy on the low back. Inhale, lifting the heart forward and tucking that chin. And then maybe just make some little side-to-side motions with the neck, bringing the chin down to the chest, and then the right ear towards the right shoulder, chin to chest, left ear, left shoulder. Just side to side, getting a little movement here. And when you have completed that, go ahead and lift the head back to the top of the spine. And then we'll bring the palms just to the sides of the upper ribs here, so the thumbs are kind of in line with the nipples. Draw those elbows in and down towards one another and inhale up into baby cobra. Exhale to lower down. Inhale to lift, maybe a little bit higher. Exhale to lower down. We're keeping the elbows drawn in towards the sides and one another, lifting from the back of the heart here, keeping that chin tucked to keep the neck protected. Keeping the elbows bent and the pubic bone grounded to the mat. One more time, let's inhale into your highest cobra, which could still be baby cobra here. Take a couple of breaths here, just really drawing that heart forward and the shoulder blades down the back, strengthening through the upper body. And then exhale to lower down. Go ahead and send the arms out long to the sides, palms facing up, and just relax here to take a little break. Let everything just kind of realign here a little bit. Couple breaths here, resting your forehead to the mat or your temple to the mat, turning your neck to one side or the other, whatever feels good in your neck. And then we'll come back to center, and we'll just inhale to lift the arms, and then send them back to the mat. Inhale to lift the head and the shoulders. Exhale to lower down. Inhale to lift the legs. Exhale to lower down. Inhale to lift the head, shoulders, and legs. Exhale to lower down. Inhale to lift the head, shoulders, and arms. Exhale down. Inhale to lift everything up. Exhale down. And then inhale to whichever variation of that suits your body best. And we'll just stay here for a breath or two, noticing how the belly feels as you inhale against the mat here, keeping that chin tucked to keep the neck nice and safe. And we're just drawing everything upward. Back bends are really, really great for the spine here and for strengthening the back. And when you've had enough, go ahead and exhale down. And if you had your head on one cheek in the last resting pose, go ahead and take the opposite cheek. So the first time I had my left temple resting on the mat, and this time I have my right temple resting on the mat. It's all about balance here. One more breath here. And then inhale up into tabletop and push back into Hero's Pose. Just resting here with your palms to the tops of the thighs or the knees. Take a breath here to lengthen the spine and reestablish that connection to the breath. And then let's come into tabletop here, and we'll inhale cow pose. And typically I like to curl my toes under when I do cow, but I'm gonna leave the tops of my feet on the mat to protect my ankle today. So inhale, just dropping the belly and letting the heart come forward. And exhale to round through the back, drawing the belly button up towards the spine. Inhale, cow pose. Lifting the chin, lifting the gaze, lifting the tailbone. Exhale, cat. Pressing into the fingers, pressing into the tops of the feet, rounding the back. Inhale, cow, and stay here for a full breath, just really stretching across the front of the body. And the next time you exhale, draw back into cat. Again, staying here for a full breath, really pressing into that back body. And then let's bring the big toes together and send the knees as wide as the mat and drop the hips back towards the heels into child's pose. Stretching out long through the side body here. Keep the legs where they are, but press back into the hands. Let's go ahead and plant the left palm right underneath the gaze. And we'll draw up into our bow, drawing all the way back, reaching the fingertips up towards the sky with the right arm here, getting a nice twist. Inhale here to open up the heart, and as you exhale, draw that arm underneath the left. Coming down to your right temple, the right shoulder. And we'll just stay here for a couple of breaths, and every time you exhale, find another place where you can just soften and let go. Bringing your awareness to any areas of tension or tightness. Maybe pressing your palms together to draw that left shoulder away and back, getting more of a twist in the right side body. And then let's go ahead and inhale to press back up to tabletop in the upper body. Plant the right palm underneath the gaze and draw the left fingertips up the inside of the right arm, all the way reaching up towards the sky. Take a breath here. Inhale, wiggle the fingers, and exhale, drawing the left shoulder down to the mat, reaching out long. And again, just settling in here, using the breath to find places that you can soften and relax. Bringing softness to the body here is an indicator to the parasympathetic nervous system that it is okay to rest and relax and restore and heal. When our bodies are tight and tense, we are in a stress response, and all of our resources are in direct response to that stress rather than in response to healing. Maybe press the palms together here and draw that right shoulder away. And then let's inhale to unwind. Parallel the knees and shins and feet. Come back into Hero's Pose here. You can be sitting on a block if you like. And I thank you so much for joining me today for this very gentle, soft, easy yoga practice. It used to make me crazy when I went to a yoga class and they weren't just moving because I felt like I should be using my time to build strength or build muscle or the all-important losing weight. But the key here is we really want to get in to our parasympathetic nervous system, bring it on board so that we can begin to lower our stress response, which will also lower anxiety and help us to sleep better and all of those wonderful things. So let's go ahead and inhale the arms out and up to the sky. Bring the palms together and exhale, hands to heart. May you find peace, may you find harmony, and may you find well-being throughout the rest of your day. Namaste.